Hello everyone, and in today's episode we're going to play with Narset Enlightened Master, fresh off the printing press from Return to Tarkir, which released yesterday. And yeah, it's a very exciting commander, kind of a like roulette casino type of commander, which is always fun and leads to ridiculous high roll. So the basic idea of the deck is quite simple, really. We have cards that protect our Narset once she's on the board, like Slip Out the Bag or Swan Song. We have cards that give haste to our commander, so she can attack immediately, like Goblin Motivator. And we have several mana rocks, because we want to get to Narset as soon as possible. And then we have cards who profit off of Narset's activation. Cards like Time Warp, which is amazing if you can play it for free, because it leads to another attack you can do with Narset, or just big good stuff like One with the Multiverse or Omniscience. Yeah, those cards just renew the game if you get them for free, and it's a lot of fun. Let's see how the deck does. Against a Traa Pratus voice. Maybe proliferate. Probably proliferate. No, we're going second, which is bad. We have a Cold Steel Heart and some of the combo pieces, I suppose. So you might as well keep it. But it's not a great spot, to be honest. Just gonna play the Goblin Motivator. You know, he's giving his best. We need to get motivated to win this game. He's trying his hardest. I think it's enough. Opponent plays the Triome. Duress. Okay, getting rid of the Cold Steel Heart hurts a lot. That hurts a lot. He should get rid of the Cold Steel Heart. Anything else is the wrong play. Well, opponent is not very good at magic, clearly. We're going for blue here because we have Archmage's Charm. Yeah, it's very nice opponent, I know. You should have taken the Cold Steel Heart. I don't know what you were thinking. No, it doesn't matter, really. It's only here to get to hit with Narset, and if I have it in the hand anyway. I mean, sure, it's good, but if he would have taken my ramp, he would have slowed me down a lot and presumably won. Next turn we can play A-Alrund. Then we already have 3 mana for Archmage's Charm. Okay. Do we play Celestus? If he plays Celestus, we could Narset the next turn. Problem is, if he plays a Traa, he can just block it, but I can give it indestructible, I suppose. So let's do that. Opponent has some sort of answer. He might get rid of the Goblin Motivator, so maybe I should have played... Okay, never seen this card in my life. Random counterspell. Sure. That's pretty bad. Okay. I mean, you know, you can't play around opponents playing random cards nobody uses. It's fine. We're still in this. We have 5 mana next turn. Can keep open an Archmage's Charm. Maybe draw if we want. Opponent only has a tap land, which is good. Keeps mana open. River's Rebuke. Okay. Just gonna attack. Keep open the counterspell. Swords to Plowshares. Alright, that's fine. Okay, opponent needs to do something. We don't actually have another land. If we don't draw a land, we can't play Narset. If we draw land, then we presumably win. The question is, if our opponent doesn't do anything, well, Growth Vital doesn't count. It's pretty bad, actually, because he command tower, so he might have a counter. So I think we just draw cards. So he might be incentivized to counter the Archmage's Charm. Okay, that's a mute. Don't need to mana type, doesn't do anything. I have no idea what our opponent is doing. Does he have yet another counter spell? I mean, we have to try. He doesn't. Okay, opponent just threw the game, for whatever reason. We get to Narset. We get 2 removal spells. That's a really bad roll. Now we need to hope that opponent doesn't have a board clear, which he probably has, let's be honest. They always have it. Experimental Augury gets to look for a card. 4 mana could be, okay, this is Commander. That's good, now we just win. We're gonna play River's Rebuke. Return his Commander, then attack, and then hopefully not whiff on our Narset again. That would be amazing. Well, that is another whiff, okay. Yeah, we might as well equip our Goblin Motivator. It doesn't really matter, but it's not like we have anything better to do. Could have kept open a mana to maybe bluff a Spell Pierce or something, but I don't think our opponent cares. Those are some of the worst hits off of Narset that we could have gotten. But it's, you know, that's RNG for you. Sometimes that just happens. Of course, opponent has Sunfall. Why wouldn't he have Sunfall? That just makes sense. Well, we can play Narset again. See if he has yet another board clear. Plays his Commander. And incubates. Okay, next turn we can return his Commander with Ottovara. And then attack with Narset again. And maybe not whiff this time, but honestly, I'm kind of losing hope at this point. I'm just kidding. I mean, that's how RNG works, right? You whiff 2 times, so we're basically guaranteed to hit something good this time, right? Nope. These are the worst hits I've ever had with Narset. It's ridiculous. We should have won 5 hours ago, but RNG is not on our side this match. Okay. We're not giving up. We're playing Guardian Idol, so if he removes Narset, we can play her again. Giving with Swiftfoot Boots wouldn't do anything, so why bother? Just save the APM, it's very important. You don't want to get some sort of sickness in your hand, whatever. Oh, I'm losing my mind. I'm actually just losing my mind. He gets the perfect answers, you know, and I whiff on a million draws. That's just great. Honestly, game, this is so rude. Ah, yes. This is the card I needed. But it's fine. It's actually fine. We can play it. Equip Swiftfoot Boots. Attack with Narset again. And we're gonna whiff again because... Yep. Now, okay. In this match, it might look like the card's actually terrible, / the deck is terrible. I get it. But believe me, it's just RNG. It's actually just RNG. This is an outlier. You're gonna have... Yeah. Oh man, I can't. Opponent actually just the best deck against us, but he gives up. Okay, now this game didn't show off Narset very well. I'm gonna admit this. But to be honest, this has never happened to me before. Like, I whiffed on 5 attacks or something, and opponent has perfect answers for Narset. He just, you know, runs cards. Doesn't run very good cards. But we won. So this shows you, even if you don't hit with Narset, you can still win. It's fine. The deck is good enough, okay? Just believe me. We're up against Riz the Redeemed. Presumably a token deck, which is pretty bad considering we don't have that much board clears. But we'll see. We go first, so we have a chance. We go first and we have a chance. We don't have any... We only have 2 lands and no mana acceleration, so we're mulligan. This isn't great, but we have 3 lands and a Skyglaive relic, so we'll keep this. We're going for the Fabled Passage first, getting a Plains. More cards. Need white mana instead of red, that's why I'm getting a Plains. Opponent has land words, you absolutely hate to see it. Okay, question is, do we play Invasion or do we play Swiftfoot Boots? I think we play Invasion, just to see what our opponent has in hand. Teferi's Protection, Mind Stone. Okay, this is pretty terrible. Next turn he can't go Everson's Pilgrim and Mind Stone, right? No. Yeah, I think we just take Teferi's Protection. So if we eventually draw a board clear, we can actually clear this board. Oh, right, he can, yeah. It's fine. It's fine, right, guys? It's fine. Just need to find a board clear. Easy. We have 2. 2 in the deck. 2 out of 89, that's basically guaranteed, right? We're gonna hit him with a Borrowed Time, which is pretty good against Ojetage. Doesn't get a land out of this. Gonna play the Triome and kill one of his mana dogs to, you know, stop him accelerating. To be fair, we could have also hit the invasion of Goblin Karn, but I think we need to buy time. We just need to buy time. Believe in the Narset. I don't think he can deal with this. I mean, we literally know what he has in hand. He currently can't deal with it. Going to play the Narset. If we draw another land next turn, we can play Memorial and give our Narset flying. If we draw another land next turn, pretty sure we're gonna win. Unless we whiff again with Narset. Okay, this is really bad. Really bad. We're now on a clock. Opponent can also double the tokens next turn. Of course, we didn't draw land. What do we do here? We do Faithless Looting first or attack first. If we attack, we are going to lose our Narset, most likely. Let's Faithless Looting first. Let's see what we have. Discard 2 cards, Swiftfoot, Boots, and Tuara. Then we can Banishing Light as Riz. We're still gonna lose Narset, but we just need to hit something great off the top. Seagate Restoration, that's kinda unfortunate. Attacking first would have been better at this point. Opponent luckily doesn't know how First Strike works, so Narset lives. That's very good. That might keep us in the game. Opponent plays with Redeemed again, doesn't have enough mana to activate it, and it needs to be untapped, of course. Okay, still no land draw, feels bad. What we can do is play Selfless Savior, then attack with Narset, give her Indestructible, so we keep her, and we're just gonna hope that RNJesus is with us today. Oh, now that's something you'd like to see. He doesn't have enough mana for Teferi's protection, and we can give Indestructible to Narset, play Day of Judgment, and win. Very nice, very nice. RNJesus was with us today. Ah, Guardian of Faith. Well, you see, Wait, what? Counter... are you serious? RNJesus? No! What? This makes me very sad. This makes me very sad. Gonna play Reckless Stormseeker. We're not out of the game yet, but that was literally one of the only cards that could have saved him here. Now, what do? We can finally play Akroma's Memorial. So we don't actually care about his creatures. He can't have Teferi's protection, but it's fine. I don't care. Now they are flying. We can finally flip this. And attack face. Oh, Overwhelming Splendor. Finally we hit something good. Flipping the invasion and play Overwhelming Splendor. Opponent might concede now. But it's fine. It doesn't actually change too much. We give him the Chupacabra. Just chilling. Good game. Has 2 blockers. Doesn't actually matter, we hit the Tireless Provisioner. Okay. Teferi's protection, that's totally fine. Now we don't actually take damage, so I'm not sure what was the reason for this. Now we Time Warp and our opponent concedes. Opponent doesn't concede? Ah, I knew it. Yes, this match actually showed a little bit better what Narset can do. Kinda clunky, but to be fair, the, what's it called, Guardian of Faith, very clutch from our opponents. But it didn't help him win at the end. And that's game number 2 and win number 2. Very nice. Our next game against the God of Revels himself. Something you see very rarely, but I'm excited. Especially because I go first, so I actually have a chance. We have Cavern of Souls doesn't matter because green-red doesn't have any counter spells. I mean, technically. We don't have any mana rocks. Yes, this is better. At least the Skyclave Relic, Lightning Bolt for some interaction and make disappear. This seems good. We're gonna actually play the Sundown Pass first. So we have Lightning Bolt up next turn. Now we can just play Hallowed Fountain tapped. Pass the turn. See what opponent does. Opponent plays Cold Steel Heart. Okay, that's pretty good. Now we can just play the Misgate Pathway, play a Skyclave Relic, keep open the mana for Lightning Bolt, and see what opponent does. Cabaretti Revels. Okay, pretty good. Opponent has the perfect opening against what I was playing. Gonna play the Stormseeker, so next turn I could potentially Narset. And also hit my opponent for 3. Gonna keep open the Make Disappear, so whatever he plays gets countered, which might be his commander. Yes, of course. Of course he plays an uncounterable card. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he do this? And also gets Destiny Spinner. So every other card's also uncounterable. Magic is easy. Just have the perfect card every time. Okay, now we really need to draw a land. Yes. Opponent has the perfect draw and I do not. If I would have gotten a land, we probably would have won, but you know, that would have been too easy, right? So we're gonna play Faithless Looting. We hit a land, discard 2 cards. We're gonna discard the Make Disappear because he is uncounterable anyway. And we're gonna discard the Epiphany. It's too far away. Now we play the Mountain. Play the File. And do we use Banishing Light? I think we need to get rid of the Revels. Otherwise he just pops off next turn. Even more than he already did. Not gonna attack. Keep it back as a blocker. Opponent plays Xenagos. Attacks for 4. No block. Curious that he doesn't keep... Alright, I completely forgot about the card effect. I mean, of course I knew it, that's why I was very, very happy to draw it. Now, we're just gonna haste our Narset. Attack with both. See what we hit. We hit 3 lands. The classic Narset hit. Now, what do we do now? We play the Swiftfoot Boots, of course. And we keep open the Swords to Plowshares, so if opponent flips or activates his god, we can... Yeah, no, never mind. We're definitely gonna Swords to Plowshares Old Narbonne. But Old Narbonne with great art, I respect that. I respect that a lot. Opponent attacks because he knows that we're gonna whiff with Narset. I respect that. I respect the heck out of that. We're attacking. Yep. Of course. Feels amazing. 2 attacks and 6 lands. You love to see it. You love to see it. Invasion. Oh, we're definitely gonna get rid of the Primeval Titan. Or make it cost 8 rather. Gonna play Celestis. And... kill his Delighted Halfling. So he loses 1 devotion. Might as well equip the Reckless Stormseeker. Yeah, he loses 1 devotion and has 1 less mana available. Surely the next hit can't possibly be all lands again, right? That would just be ridiculous. Opponent gets a land. I mean, we're kind of dying, okay? Can't keep this up forever. Opponent gives haste to Solemn Simulacrum and then doesn't attack? Okay. We drew 2 lands. Do we Faithless Looting now or later? I think later is fine. gonna give +1 attack. And man, this is ridiculous. Actually ridiculous. Opponent doesn't read the card. You love to see it. You love to see it. Okay. We're flipping the invasion. But we definitely need some sort of blocker up, because I'm quite sure that we would be dead otherwise. I think Faithless Looting, how much mana do we have after that? Only 4 mana, okay. It's not a lot. So we might be, I think we might be better off just keeping the Soaring City to return his commander after he declares attacker. I think that's better. Opponent now thinks he can win. Then we return his highest damage minion. Okay. Primeval Titan. Now we wait until he pastes the Primeval Titan, return it, then his God of Rebels gets turned off again, and we should be fine. Yes, okay. Now we return it, opponent is crying. Very nice, we survived this turn. Okay, we have 2 draws here, and we get an attack with Narset. Surely we get something, right? No, surely we get lands, like we always do. Okay, but this is good. This means deck thinning is a thing, right? Now we get something good out of Narset. We have to. I mean, I'm actually just crying. Okay. We play Key to the Archives for free, that's fine. We get Time Warp. Perfect. Now we win. We have to, right? Play Time Warp. Get another turn. Attack. Opponent is almost dead. Very close. Narset. Another Time Warp. And opponent concedes. Yes! Finally we got something. Yeah, I mean, technically in my testing, when I tested this deck, I had much better Narset hits. Like really, I hit all the good stuff. I hit the Omniscience, I hit the extra turn spells. Now when I actually showcase the deck, I whiff so much with Narset. Counter spells on lands for days, which isn't that great as you see. But I think what this showcases is that even if you're unlucky with Narset, this deck is still pretty good and can win. Worst case, I suppose you still win, and best case, you have explosive turns, right? So this seems pretty good, yeah. Our next game against Goro and Satoru, which is a great card. I built a deck with this commander and it's a lot of fun, so I've never actually played against it. I'm very excited to see what our opponent came up with. A really good opening hand. We go first, we have a Triome, a Cold Steel Heart, some interaction. This seems really good. So we're just gonna play this. We choose white. We also have a Battlemans to potentially give haste to our Narset. It does cost technically 2 mana. It's very expensive, so I do hope I'll draw something else. Especially because opponent is Grixis and probably has board clears. Okay, but that's a very aggressive card. He might not have board clears after all. Just gonna play this. Oh, the etching gets haste. Right, that's interesting. I'm gonna keep mana open to counter whatever creature he plays right here. Especially if it's the commander. Make disappear, counter target spell. Opponent probably isn't very happy about this, but next turn if he gets another land, he can play it, attack with the etching and still draw. Not draw, but create a dragon, right? Yes. So we have to keep up another counter slash the lightning bolt. Rhystic Studies, huh? You know, I really don't like Rhystic Studies. I know, crazy. Gonna counter that. Rhystic Studies not allowed. So, the question is, what do we do now? We can play Narset. I think we have to play Narset and pray that opponent doesn't have an Edict effect or board clear yet again. There's not really anything else we can do. Opponent goes for his commander. He can't play another card, so it should be fine. Yes, of course. Of course, opponent has literal Shield Raid's Edict. They always have it. They always have it. Nobody plays it unless I'm playing Narset, of course. And alright. Just gonna play Rebuke. Slow down our opponent, because I don't really have anything, right? I need to draw 2 lands until I can place Narset again, which seems like it's gonna take forever. Yep, Footfall Crater, that's not a land, so I'm just gonna cycle this, to be honest, because I need to draw a land. Opponent Foretold. Is it Poison the Cup or A-Alrund's Epiphany? It's one of the 2, right? Great Bombardment is fine. Hopefully I draw a land. Nope, Mind Stone. Declaration Stone is an instant speed, but I'm gonna keep open the Lightning Bolt. So if Kameno flips, opponent plays his commander, trying to capitalize. Yep, I can just Lightning Bolt and deny that. Next turn I might Declaration Stone. Does he have a counter? Okay. Alchemist Retrieval. That's fine. Day of Judgment. Surely he doesn't have another Edict effect, right? It's risky. I know it's risky, but I need to do this. Otherwise I don't think we'll win. Next turn we can Karn's Temporal Sundering. I mean, okay, sleep. Just a random sleep. Nobody plays that card, but it's really good against my deck. Very unfortunate, very unfortunate. But we can Karn's Temporal Sundering. Take an extra turn. Get rid of the dragon. And get rid of Goro. Then attack with Narset, and we really need to spin the wheel here. RNJesus really needs to come through. Please, please RNJesus. I'm very disappointed. Interesting. That card doesn't actually do anything. We're attacking. Can phase out the Narset so we can guarantee something good next turn again. I think we're gonna sacrifice the Mind Stone. See what we draw. Prismari Command. That seems good. We're going to loot and destroy the Arcane Signet. So our opponent has less things to do. Discard 2 cards. Don't need a drawbridge or the land. Do we Banishing Light the Raid Bombardment? No, I think this is fine. I think this is fine. He can't deal with Narset because it phased out. Let's see what he does. Decadent Dragon. Alright. He only has 2 mana, maximum of 3 mana left, so he can't do anything crazy with my cards. Yeah, that doesn't matter. Kameno also doesn't matter. I'm getting kinda low on life. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I really need to do something, to hit something off of Narset. But I have a good feeling. RNJesus wouldn't abandon me, right? In my time of need? In my time of need, he's here. He is not there. He's just... today he doesn't really wanna help me, right? I'm gonna get rid of Raid Bombardment to stem the bleeding a little bit. And I'm gonna get... no, that's it. I'm gonna Memory Lapse whatever he plays. His commander, yes. Memory Lapse. Spend his entire turn doing nothing. And we get another spin. Another spin of the roulette wheel of disappointment. Bloodlust Inciter doesn't do anything. And we hit a Time Warp. Time Warp really good. That's fine. Time Warp just means you get a free spin, baby. And that's all we want. Free spins for days. Now we collect both, get another spin. I mean, not great, not terrible. Can play those cards. Heuristic Study. Might as well Draw another card. Get rid of Day of Judgment, we don't need this. Now this would have been nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana, it's not enough. We need to keep open Swords to Plowshares. Draw a card, discard it. And opponent concedes. Well, we're just not getting lucky today, huh? But still a pretty interesting game, I think. It gives you value, you know? Even if you don't really hit what you wanna hit, you're still gonna hit something most of the time, and which helps you keep your Narset alive, control the opponent's board, and you can just hit him, and eventually you're gonna either hit something good, or the opponent is gonna lose the will to live and concedes, which is also a win, so it seems pretty good, right? Unfortunately, we didn't really have any super explosive hits with Narset in the games that we play. Believe me, when I tested this deck before recording, I actually hit things like Omniscience and one with the Multiverse, but I didn't have any luck few games I did today. But we still won, you know, so even if you get unlucky, which is kind of the deal with casino-type decks or commanders, sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't really get lucky, but we still won, so it's good enough, even if you don't hit the extremely good cards. So the bottom line is, yeah, it's still a pretty good deck, and sometimes you hit the absolute nuts, RNJesus is on your side, and you win the jackpot and the game. A really cool new commander, very fun. I can only recommend playing this deck. Of course, there's some cards in here you could argue, like Response, Resurgence, might not be great, because if you've already attacked and get it for free, it doesn't really do anything, but sometimes it helps keep your Narset alive. You get Resurgent before you attack, and you can attack twice. So, you know, it's a deck you can build in different ways. You can have different payoffs, whatever you like to have. It's Jeskai, just have fun with it, and the basic idea you could see today. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and let me know in the comments down below if there's any specific commander you'd like to see. And yeah, leave a like if you liked the video, and have a nice day.